Hey guys, kind of a nonchalant, very direct video for you today. Welcome to my second channel, Corvette Shorts and More. If you want to see my main channel, lots of conversation, information, lots of fun and experiences all around Corvette and Corvette people, that link to my channel is down below. The main channel is down below in the description. Let me grab today's report, because today is a crucial day for purchasing and ordering Corvette. Today is allocation cycle day, and it's important for a number of reasons. And it's a bummer right now for the tenure that I've had with Chevrolet in this new, environment that we're in. We don't have advanced knowledge of quantities of cars that we're going to be able to order. So a lot of times we rely on this allocation cycle day to try and help as many people as we can. And most of the dealers out there have just exorbitant lists, and they've just grown, and we're going to go into another video on my main channel here soon so you understand why that is. And I think many of you do, but many of you don't. But because we're in this situation right now, we've got hundreds of people waiting. And until you get to allocation cycle day, you don't know how many of those 400 you could say actually are going to get tagged and released and have their car built to their specs. But here's the other caveat. This report of recent, our environment now has given us a lengthy list that continues to grow in constraints, which means if you get to the point that your allocation is actually up for release, which means it's actually a live order. Now it's coming soon. Now it's going to the plant to get built. But the caveat is, with the constraint, if your order's up and you've got a feature or an option on this list that's not available, unless you change it, your order does not go forward, and it stays at that proverbial 1100 status, or basically in my filing cabinet. So here's some of the constraints, and here's what's going to be difficult too. Let me just talk about this. Nothing on Z06 yet. And when we get to that point, that car is going to be even more difficult to order than what we're in right now. So let's back up. We've got a ton of orders waiting. We usually know a week, sometimes 2 weeks in advance, the quantity of orders that we're going to have on allocation cycle day. It starts on a Thursday, ends on a Tuesday. So we'll know some quantities in advance to try and get people lined up, but we won't know until the actual allocation cycle day starts, as it does today, the first one for 2023, if there are any constraints in how they will affect your order. When it comes to Z06, because they're going to put Z06 and Stingray in the same allocation grouping. So in my tab, it won't say Corvette 10 orders, Z06 10 orders. It's going to say Corvette and a quantity. And I won't know until I open up the constraints on that allocation cycle day how many of those 10, 20, whatever are going to be Z06. And then, are there going to be any constraints in which I have to tag and release particular orders? I'm hoping, with all the hype and the excitement, the anticipation and the demand for Z06, that the team, because of these constraints we have right now, that when the team gets ready to launch Z06, that it's a clean launch, not compromised by any constraints. So, first order cycle for 2023 Corvette Stingray. For those of you that will be selected for an allocation release, custom orders, because we're certainly not to the environment where we're ordering cars for inventory. I look forward to that day, but right now, I look forward to helping you the very best we can. It's a very slow start. This is the first one, and I anticipate, well, I've had many good rumors, good authority, that the projections for 2023 are going to be what it should have been from the start, 40,000 plus cars. But we're also hearing rumors that there might be more holdups because of chip issues and whatever else. So at least some items are coming off constraint and available, at least in limited quantities, whereas in the last cycle of 2022, they were just a flat out zero. So in my zone, they're all breaking out quantity-wise by zone. Z51, yeah, wow. Z51 in my zone, my area, 818 Z51s are available in the very first 2023 order cycle. And out of those 818, I get one, if I so choose, and the customer so chooses to pick that. Out of that, Z51 with the magnetic ride control, 510 are available for the zone, and I only get one of those. Magnetic ride control for the regular Stingray, none available for the entire country. And non-Z51 cars, though, those are available, 523 for my zone, And out of those 523, if we so choose, based on who gets placed, 9 of those can be non-Z51, but they can't have magnetic ride control. So those are some of the caveats. We're gonna have some really detailed discussions on ordering and placement, and why you're waiting, and really how these constraints affect you in detail. I just wanted to get that out real quick. I got a lot of work to do today. It's the end of the month. And again, using the Shorts channel for a business side discussion, Corvette shorts and more. This is the and more that we have to deal with, and it's something that we don't have control. And that's, as I was talking about earlier, waiting in advance to get those quantities. We don't know. A lot is determined by what Chevrolet can produce and how production capacity is going. Also, it depends on what our sales history is and the rate of sale. So there's a lot of factors that go into this stuff. It's certainly not like it was a long time ago. You'd go into a Chevy dealership and you'd order a Chevy car and you'd get it. This is true supply versus demand right now. And for those of you that allow me to be a part of these purchases, I thank you. For those of you that have been waiting just exorbitantly, I thank you for your understanding. We're going to get you there. We are going to get you there. You have no idea how much behind the scenes fighting I am for you to get you there. So please hang in there. Like I said earlier too, I really feel that the quantities and so forth, the production, which will result into allocation quantities, will increase for all of us, which is going to be good news to get you guys to stop dreaming and start driving. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.